Welcome to LFC Transfer HQ, your ultimate source for all things Liverpool FC transfers. Like and subscribe for more football updates. Our first news is Liverpool to open talks over £70 million deal for forward. Bayern Munich intensify pursuit of Luis Diaz as Liverpool stand firm. Bayern Munich have re-engaged with Liverpool over the potential signing of Luis Diaz, as reported by The Athletic. Having seen an earlier offer of €67.5 million, £58.6 million, rejected, the German champions are now in continued discussions with the Merseyside club, signalling their ongoing desire to land the Colombian international. Although no second bid has been tabled yet, Bayern's interest is far from waning. According to The Athletic, Diaz has made it clear that he wants to leave the Anfield club, a stance that will no doubt add pressure to Liverpool's hierarchy during the latter part of the transfer window. Diaz remains under contract until the summer of 2027 and continues to train with the squad, currently on tour in Hong Kong. However, his absence from recent pre-season fixtures against Preston North End and Stoke City raises questions over his short-term future. Bayern's summer search for a forward. Bayern's pursuit of attacking reinforcements this summer has been well documented. Their failed attempts to sign Florian Wirtz and Nico Williams, both of whom opted for Liverpool and Athletic Club respectively, have intensified their search for a wide forward. Diaz has emerged as a primary target due to his flexibility across the front line. Bayern view him as a dynamic option who brings creativity, directness and an aggressive attacking profile. His output since joining Liverpool supports that view. 41 goals and 23 assists in 148 appearances is a strong return for a player often asked to perform various tactical roles, signed from Porto in January 2022 for an initial £37.5 fee, rising to £50 million with add-ons. Diaz quickly established himself as a fan favourite. His aggressive style and fearless ball-carrying suited the high-intensity demands at Anfield. Over the last 3 seasons, his contribution has grown, culminating in a key role during Arne Slot's remarkable debut campaign that saw Liverpool reclaim the Premier League title. Diaz's 13 goals in 36 league appearances last season were critical in Liverpool's run-in. His ability to carry the ball through tight spaces and apply pressure off the ball aligned perfectly with Slot's evolving tactical approach. Liverpool's response remains resolute. Despite Diaz's desire to leave, Liverpool are under no financial or contractual pressure to sell. With his deal running until 2027 and Slot known to value his tactical flexibility, any potential exit would need to represent significant value. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our second news is update on Liverpool transfer target Marc Guehi given after Crystal Palace decision. The latest Liverpool transfer news and gossip amid speculation on Crystal Palace captain Marc Guehi. Crystal Palace manager Oliver Glasner has said Marc Guehi missed the pre-season friendly against Crawley Town through injury. Liverpool are interested in the England international, 25, with less than 12 months remaining on his current contract. Guehi started Palace's first pre-season friendly of the summer earlier this month against Millwall, playing the whole first half before Glasner changed the entire team at half-time. However, the club captain was a notable omission on Friday night, a fortnight after that previous appearance. They play again next Friday, with Palace having 2 games back-to-back against Augsburg in Austria, which will be their final friendlies before the Community Shield. Glasner did not speak to club media after the Millwall match, but has after playing Crawley. Unprompted, the Palace manager said, "Marc had a very small injury, but he will train with us on Sunday. Eddie Nketiah, the same, so we don't want to take any risk." Hours after that update, Arne Slot confirmed Joe Gomez has returned home from the club's pre-season tour with an Achilles injury. He was, of course, with us for the first part of the week, but then he had some Achilles problems, Slot explained before Liverpool's pre-season friendly against Milan in Hong Kong. "We thought it was better to assess it back in England and for him to work on it to come back to the team, probably in more ideal circumstances for him than being part of the group that every time goes out." So, we decided to let him go back to England, but we hope and expect to have him back soon. In his absence, Ryan Gravenberch started in central defense. The Reds were already one centre-back down compared to last season after Bayer Leverkusen snapped up Jarell Quansah. As part of a deal potentially worth as much as £35 million. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our third news is Newcastle United complete £95 million double swoop and Alexander Isak joins Liverpool, new look starting 11. How Newcastle United could line up next season if Alexander Isak leaves and a replacement is signed. Will he go or will he stay? That's the big question surrounding Alexander Isak at Newcastle United right now. Newcastle have always maintained that Isak is not for sale but now know the player wants to leave. With that, the club has a difficult decision to make. Liverpool are seriously interested in Isak and as per reports are preparing a £120 million British record offer. But if the Magpies are to sell, then £150 million is what they are looking for. With still 3 years left on his contract, Newcastle are in a strong position. There are two options: keep a player who may be unhappy or sell for a record amount of cash. If it's the latter that the club choose, then the pressure will be on to sign a replacement. Clarity on the situation is needed sooner rather than later with the Premier League opener away to Aston Villa just 3 weeks away. After that, there are only 2 weeks in which Newcastle have to get their business done. The only signing so far is Anthony Elanga in a £55 million deal from Nottingham Forest. In a scenario where Isak leaves and Newcastle sign a replacement, or two, we take a look at Eddie Howe's side could line up next season. Newcastle want Pope to stay, regardless of whether another goalkeeper arrives which, at the moment, looks unlikely anyway. Liverpool are set to open talks for a £70 million forward as the club edges closer to completing a sensational signing of Alexander Isak from Newcastle. The Reds are also reportedly eyeing a world-class Serie A star to partner Isak in attack. Meanwhile, Crystal Palace provide a major update on Marc Guehi's future amid Liverpool's interest. 2 LFC players are omitted from the pre-season squad, intensifying exit rumours. Elsewhere, Arsenal remain calm despite Real Madrid's chase for their key man. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our fourth news is alongside Isak, Liverpool want to sign world-class Serie A star. Liverpool's summer of spending looks set to continue, as reports suggest the 2024/25 Premier League champions are keeping tabs on Juventus' Douglas Luiz ahead of a potential return to England for the former Aston Villa man. Arne Slot took England by storm in his debut season at Liverpool. Tasked with the challenge of taking the reins for a remarkably successful Jurgen Klopp, the Dutchman proved he was a worthy successor, winning the Premier League title at the first time of trying. Hoping to build on this success, Liverpool have used the transfer window to their advantage. Adding the likes of Jeremy Frimpong, Florian Wirtz, Milos Kerkez and Hugo Ekitike, as well as the possibility of Alexander Isak joining this quartet, it appears the Merseyside-based side won't stop there. Hoping to bolster their midfield, a report from Gazzetta dello Sport, an Italian newspaper, has suggested that Douglas Luiz could be the next man set to debut in red. Having departed Aston Villa at the end of the 2023-24 season for Juventus, the Brazilian hasn't been able to replicate the form that made him a success in England. Looking for a way out of Italy, following a season where he played just 27 games in all competitions, contributing to 0 goals in the process, Luiz, who has been described as world-class by John McGinn, failed to report for training this past Thursday, in hopes of forcing a move away from the club. Set to face disciplinary action for his actions, Gazzetta states that a fee of £35 million, €40 million, would see Luiz join any side willing to pay up. Linked to West Ham and even Liverpool's rivals, Everton, it appears Luis has his heart set on a return to the Premier League. An important season for all footballers, with the 2026 World Cup coming after the domestic season finishes. Luis will be hoping he can recapture some of his fantastic Villa form if he is to play for Brazil on the biggest stage. It remains to be seen if Arne Slot's Liverpool side will make an official move for Luis, with the report merely focusing on the club's supposed interest in the player. It would mark a real statement of intent that they plan on being contenders in every competition for plenty of seasons to come. Liverpool are set to open talks for a £70 million forward as the club edges closer to completing a sensational signing of Alexander Isak from Newcastle. The Reds are also reportedly eyeing a world-class Serie A star to partner Isak in attack. Meanwhile, Crystal Palace provide a major update on Marc Guehi's future amid Liverpool's interest. 2 LFC players are omitted from the pre-season squad, intensifying exit rumours. Elsewhere, Arsenal remain calm despite Real Madrid's chase for their key man. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our fifth news is 2 Liverpool stars left out of pre-season friendly squad amid transfer speculation. Luis Diaz and Darwin Núñez were both left out of the Liverpool squad to take on AC Milan on Saturday afternoon. The Reds are taking on the Italian giants in a pre-season friendly in Hong Kong, but 2 stars were conspicuous by their absence. As the team was announced by the club, the omission of Diaz and Núñez stood out amid their recent transfer speculation. The South Americans have been heavily tipped to depart Anfield this summer, and this will only increase rumors. There has yet to be any official reason revealed for their absence. Diaz has been the subject of interest from Bayern Munich over the last few weeks, with Liverpool rejecting a £58.5 million bid. However, Bayern are expected to return with a second offer, and TalkSport understands they are willing to bid up to £70 million. The Reds have been strong in their stance that the Colombian is not for sale, but that could change depending on the next offer and if they can find a suitable replacement. Meanwhile, Núñez is expected to leave Liverpool this summer. The club have set an asking price of £60 million, however, that has seen Italian side Napoli decide to opt out of pursuing a deal. Milan have also shown an interest, while clubs in Saudi Arabia have been eyeing a potential move for the Uruguayan. But Núñez is believed to prefer to stay in Europe. The futures of both Liverpool forwards may well be linked with the possible arrival of Alexander Isak. Their departures would help partly fund what could be another British record transfer from the club this summer, having already broken the record to sign Florian Wirtz for £116 million. Isak latest, no interest in Saudi move. Saudi Arabian officials believe Alexander Isak wants to join Liverpool, TalkSport understands. Saudi Pro League side Al Hilal are interested in Isak but have not been given any encouragement from his camp that the Newcastle striker is open to the move. Isak has told Newcastle he wants to explore an exit from St James Park after Liverpool signalled their willingness to pay a British record transfer for the Swedish star. Al Hilal are also interested in Liverpool's Darwin Núñez, while the Reds remain in talks with Bayern Munich over Luis Diaz. Selling Núñez and Diaz would help fund any official bid for Isak. Contract talks between Isak and Newcastle broke down after he asked for a £300,000 a week new deal, as exclusively revealed by TalkSport. Squad update as injured star flies home. Diaz and Núñez are both part of the Liverpool squad in Hong Kong, but neither are featuring at all in this clash. Alexis Mac Allister is also not in the squad, as he is said to be continuing an individual program, while new signing Hugo Ekitike is having to wait for his debut. Joe Gomez has returned home from Asia due to injury, with Wataru Endo absent due to illness. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our last news is Arsenal unfazed by Real Madrid interest in superstar player. Real Madrid will look to sign at least one more central defender in the next 12 months, having already brought in Dean Huijsen from AFC Bournemouth. And their leading targets to be that man are also from the Premier League. It's no secret that Real Madrid want to sign Ibrahima Konate from Liverpool, knowing that there are chances for join now on a cut-price deal, or in 2026 as a free agent, provided that he does not sign a new contract with the Premier League champions. But club officials are also looking at William Saliba. Soon, Saliba could be in a similar situation to Konate, with his Arsenal contract expiring in 2027. Real Madrid are interested in signing him for a reduced fee next summer if he does not agree new terms before the end of the upcoming season, and moves have already been made in preparations of a pursuit. However, Diario AS have reported that Arsenal are completely unaffected by the noise surrounding Saliba and Real Madrid. They are clear that no offers will be entertained for their prized defender, whom they expect to sign a new contract in the coming months. Saliba would be another statement signing for Real Madrid. A deal for Saliba will be significantly more difficult for Real Madrid to pull off compared to one for Konate, but if they can get him over the line in 2026 or 2027, it would be an unbelievable addition, and what's more, it would mean a world-class partnership with Huijsen, or even Konate if he joins. For now, Real Madrid cannot do much, except wait to see whether Saliba signs a new contract with Arsenal. If he does, their pursuit is over before it has really begun. But if he continues to hold off, there could be a window of opportunity that Los Blancos officials can look to exploit. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Thanks for watching. That's all for today's transfer update. But the transfer window never sleeps, and neither do we. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the latest Liverpool FC transfer news, rumors, and confirmed deals. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update, because at LFC Transfer HQ, you'll never walk alone.